Hi, I'm Yabe, and this is my demo video for individual project 1. And this project provides a comprehensive data analysis for a car dataset, which I used here. And in this project, it has a Jupyter Notebook file, Python script, a lib.python file, which is a shared library that contains the common functions used by both the notebook and the script, and the make file, and the requirement text file, which lists all the necessary Python functions for this project. And to make sure that this code works for you, you need to have all these packages installed. And to do this, you can just simply copy this code and paste it in the terminal here, and it will automatically install all these packages for you. Okay, let's take a look at my Jupyter Notebook file first. In this first cell, I start with the importing packages. I use Pandas, Seaborn, Matplotlib, and warnings. And in the second cell, I read the dataset. I use pan.read_csv function, and the dataset here card.csv, because this CSV file are in the same directory with all my other files, so it was pretty simple, card.csv. And because for this dataset, all these columns are separated by semicolon, so that's why I use the argument here, separator equals semicolon, to ensure that this function correctly reads my dataset. And here is the first 5 rows for my dataset. And next is my dataset information. You can see it clearly lists out all the information we might need to know for our dataset. First is a column, what columns are contained in our dataset from car to origin. Next is whether the dataset is known or not, and how many observations are found in each of our columns, and what types are column. You can see for car it's object, for MPG it's flow, and for origin it's object as well. And next part is using pandas to return some data descriptive statistics and data visualization. And I use some functions. The first function is load data, which helps me to read my dataset correctly. I just put a data path here, and it returns a data frame. And second function is data summary. So my input is some data frame, and it returns the data summary. I use data.describe function here, and a make function here, and to call my previous two functions. So here I call main, and which we can see here is the data descriptive statistics summary things. It can say how many counts and are in my columns, and what's my columns mean, their standard deviation, their minimum value, the 25% quantile, the median value, the 75% quantile, and their maximum value. And next is my data visual function. Data visual function helps me to export a box plot. So for here is my box plot. I use origin as my x-axis and weight as my y-axis. I kind of split it into 3 different ones by origin. So we can tell for US, their mean weight is ranking the highest, and for Japan, their mean weight is ranking the lowest. Okay, next, let's take a look at my lib.python file. So just like my Jupyter Notebook, I said that lib.python file is a file that shares a common function that used both by the Jupyter Notebook and the script. So here is a function that you've seen in my Jupyter Notebook. Load data, load data summary, data visual, and I call main here, and it just returns some outcomes that I want. And a script file, I import load data, data summary, and data visual from my lib.python file. And here is still the main function, and I call main here, and it returns some outputs that I want. Okay, so this is basically the 3 files that we might need, and some test file list here, test lib.python and test script.python file. So it helps me to test my lib.python file and my script.python file. Okay, we can do some things in terminal as well. And first is make lint. We use rough here and to check our Python files. And second is make test, help us to check our live Python file, script Python file, and a Jupyter Notebook as well. And I hit enter, and waiting here. Okay, we can see that for this test files, all tests passed. And for Jupyter Notebook, we use mb-val to test, and it also passed. Okay, that's the end of the demo video, and thank you for watching.